Welcome, Spartans, to Halo TV Plus, part of Evolved, your home for Halo. I'm your host, Oran, and on Halo TV Plus, my guest and I recap Halo's original TV show, Halo the Series, and we discuss its contents and unique canon within its own silver timeline. Joining me this evening for Episode 1 Contact is Nick Castillo. Welcome to the show.
I was already in the show before, but thank you for having me back. Appreciate it.
Well,
wait, I wasn't in the show before. That was a trailer.
That was like a little teaser for our listeners. It kind of wasn't really a real episode.
Tease, taking off
kind of
some clothing or
it was
armor.
Kind of a preview.
Or oh man, sorry, what's up?
Oh my goodness, you need to fix that cough, sir. Now, here on Halo TV Plus, each week we produce 2 accompanying podcast episodes for the week's Halo the Series episode, a commentary and an analysis. This episode is a commentary. In a moment, Nick and I will watch Contact and discuss the events as they unfold on screen. We encourage you, the listener, to watch along with us. I'll tell you when to press play very soon. Take a moment to queue up the episode while I get through some housekeeping. If you're new to the show, welcome. Halo TV Plus is part of Evolved that hosts all of other Halo shows. Podcast Evolved, Mission Debrief, Builds with Blocks, Halo Book Club, and Halo Headlines. Evolve also partners with HCS Pro Talk, a podcast where Josh and Will discuss the latest information within the competitive Halo scene, with an emphasis on community each week. You can learn more about each show on our website, evolvedhalo.com. As we are a new show, we ask that you rate us and leave us a review. We greatly appreciate all of the feedback we receive from our listeners to improve the quality of our shows. We would like to take this moment to thank all of our patrons for their continued support. Thank you guys so much. Our patrons receive a variety of exclusive rewards, such as early episodes, unique swag, access to our podcast soundtrack, and more. You can head over to patreon.com/podcastevolved to learn more. Now, Nick, how did you first see this episode? It was very unique.
How'd I first see it?
Yes. How did we experience this a few days ago?
Yeah, pretty cool. So when you're born, your body forms out and forms these different appendages and things. And I was fortunate to have 2 of these eyes that allow me to view things with them. So yeah.
Okay, go on.
All right. So the whole universe was in a hot, dense state. No.
All right. Where was your physical being 2.5 days ago? All right.
Earth, Milky Way galaxy. No. So we went to a place in New York called Alamo, if I'm correct. Which surprisingly,
the Alamo Draft House.
Usually think of Texas when you think of Alamo. Could be. I was wrong. We went to the Alamo Draft House, and we on this like second or third lower level of this building we entered in, we were able to stand in line and get ready and just mentally prepare ourselves for the event that was going to be Halo. It was pretty cool.
Yes, it was amazing. I hope we're able to see more episodes in the theater. I hope they replay these. We got to see the first 2 episodes. We're only going to talk about the first one in this episode since the second episode technically hasn't premiered yet. But I really hope that viewers of the Halo TV series and just fans of Halo that want to experience these episodes on the big screen get the opportunity to do so. So thank you to Collider for partnering with Alamo Draft House and with Paramount Plus to put this on. And it was a great experience for Nick and I. And since then, I've rewatched the episode on my home TV. Have you rewatched it before this viewing?
I was able to rewatch some of it. I unfortunately had work after coming back home, but I was able to get through some of the beginning again, which is honestly probably some of my favorite moments. But that's just me, at least.
Yeah, no, I think the opening has definitely resonated with a lot of viewers. So, and we'll definitely get into that.
Yeah, I still can't believe the Chief dies in the first 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. You're crazy. Well, speaking of Chief dying but not dying, of course, this is spoilers. We're going to be watching the episode while talking about it. So if this is your first viewing of it, I think that'll be very interesting that you're going to be experiencing this while listening to us. So I do recommend that if you haven't seen the episode, to go watch it first, and then as a repeat viewing, you can rewatch it while listening to this episode. But of course, you could do whatever you like. The synopsis for Contact, the first episode, is as follows. In the year of 2552, humans on the planet Madrigal have been fighting for independence from Earth, but a fatal encounter with the alien covenant complicates things. Master Chief John 117 and his super soldier Spartans join the fight. After the battle, Master Chief heads to his home planet of Reach with a Madrigal survivor and a mysterious object he discovered on the planet. But a controversial order has John questioning his mission and himself. This episode's director was Otto Bathurst. It is 58 and 56 seconds, and the original air date was March 24th. Nick, are you ready to watch the episode?
I'm born ready to watch the episode.
That's what I like to hear. If you haven't queued it up to 000, pause our episode now. I will count us down from 5, and I will say play, and that's when everyone should hit the play button, and it'll be synced up to as best as we can, because that's what I can do. So let's get into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, Paramount Plus Original.
So this logo, I had a couple problems. Let's pause it here.
We're not pausing. But yeah. I guess while we're getting these introductory shots, Nick, how would you overall reactions to this episode?
I feel like I don't want to give it away or spoil it, because they do such good jobs of setting it up, and I didn't expect where we were going to go. Or at least, I know our viewpoints, as we've kind of talked in a different part. You're very much into Halo. You brought me into Halo. The lore I'm still always fuzzy on. I mean, I know who's on whose side, generally at least, but it's a great introduction. It's great.
I would echo the same. I feel like this episode does a nice job introducing you to the setting, into the conflict, and then the major players for this episode.
Yeah.
We get the full cast, or the majority of the cast. We get a little bit of who they are, what they're doing, and it, for me anyway, is a great setup. I feel like this is a very strong episode with an even amazing opening. And it just really kicks things off. So I'm a big fan, and we'll kind of dive a little bit more into specific scenes in our analysis episode. Right now, I like what this scene does. I think it doesn't quite land, but it's
Agreed.
here to set you with the conflict of insurrectionists versus the UNSC. Right, Madrigal is a colony world, and the outer colonies very distant from what's considered the inner colonies, which are the colonies closer to Earth. Outer colonies are just farther away because, of course, humanity started from Earth. And this is a mining planet. They mine hydrogen, and they don't want to be controlled by the UNSC and the United Earth government. They just want to live their own life and play cards. And so they talk about this, and we get that introduction. And they also talk about the Spartans and paint a very gruesome picture of what they're capable of, comparing them to the Marines. You know, I think they said, 100 Marines to 1 Spartan. They're a killing machine, and they basically just keep on killing until there's nothing left to kill, which I think is, I don't know, it's accurate. But I think it's great because it contrasts it right next to the Covenant, as they show up and literally do the same thing, and just completely annihilate these people. But I don't know if you want to touch on anything else. We get our leader here, Jin Ha, who's Urine's her actress's name. Who is it? Quan, that's her name. Quan Ha's father. And yeah.
I think we all, a bunch of people talked about it probably in just in general, not even just anyone who saw this, is the first trailers for seeing the weapons that they have. We sort of get to see them a little bit. And I know we're used to huge in sci-fi, but that we're seeing AKs, and different ones like that. It's interesting to see that, like, even though society has come far in advance in this world, it shows the difference in the like insurrections, the insurrectionists, the people that are not part of, I guess we would say the Alliance. This is again me talking from not good Halo terms. So if I say anything wrong, get me in the comments.
So Madrigal wants to be separate from the UEG, which is the United Earth Government.
Gotcha.
And so their resources and their supplies are lower tech, makeshift, kind of do your own, DIY sort of resources.
So I want to live my own life, basically their life.
Yeah, exactly. And so they don't have the endless amounts of money and the latest high tech from the UNSC or those colonies that are part of the UEG. So yes, that is a good point. And I have a point to make on just kind of how their weapons contrast when fighting the elites versus when the Spartans show up and they use their future ARs that are able to tear through the armor much more quickly. And I think that's another contrast that this show's trying to make with, yes, these are old guns by, modern standards because this is 500 years into the future. But they still function and these guys live off of it.
Crazy thing for this opening. The place we went gave us those drugs to have. It was pretty crazy. I kind of blacked out on the second half of the episode, but it's great. No.
Yeah, nothing like tromping through the woods for some drugs to then get ambushed by an alien race.
Wow, hasn't even happened yet. You're already spoiling it.
Hey, you started talking about the ARs, which I guess we technically have seen on the shoulders.
We saw it. How dare you?
Oh,
wait, no, this movie is completely fighting free. No fighting ever happens. They all talk it out, shake hands diplomatically. Yeah.
So, of course, this is Quan Ha that we're seeing here running through the woods with this really cool drone shot that's flying through the woods and over everybody. She's one of our lead characters, and I just want to say that like her acting through this whole sequence, I think is amazing. You can feel the terror in her voice and in her expressions and all that.
Splash zone that just happened.
And like her face there is just so great. But yeah, so then we get to this oh shit moment. So like I remember in the theater like watching this and like that first hit that just happened. And like that leg like
she's just gone.
Deleted, like completely eliminated. Like the plasma weapon portrayal is probably one of the most
brutal,
accurate depictions of like the Halo lore in this episode. Like in the Cole Protocol, I think Captain Keyes actually uses a plasma rifle on an insurrectionist, and he has so much remorse for it because of just how brutal it is against just flesh. Like these weapons are just so powerful, it just completely obliterates our human organic.
We're here contrasting the difference of all their weapons that they have now compared to, which in simpleness looks like it was just a pistol of theirs. Like a pistol did all of that damage. So basically, we have ARs though and machine guns about to come out. Don't worry, we'll be good. It's like, oh jeez.
Also, this is quite a run that's
quite
Quan
a jump,
runs.
dog.
Well, that's called a jump, but like that facility is so like she probably sprints like maybe a mile, like or something like
going
that.
Up those stairs right there. I would have been out of breath, and Quan's running across the desert. Like that's it, dude. I would have been dying at the top of the staircase.
It would have been interesting to see the Covenant's like actual approach to because it's just a giant like field, and they didn't fly over. They obviously walked because their ship stays back there when we go back there later.
So there is one gripe I do actually have, and I actually wrote it down yesterday in watching this, and I have to wait for a little later with the scene. But we do have the machine gun there. It's pretty awesome, and that's what I'll come back with.
It might be a similar gripe that I have, or just a thing, because like what you get this front line, right? You see that guy in the background behind her with the gun, and everyone else is their guns, and we'll see in a moment when there's our Tahoe. You'll see in a moment when the Covenant just completely blows through the doors. Like, yeah, they shoot at the shields, and the shields absorb all of the bullets.
Yeah, all of them.
Like they're completely ineffective. The insurrectionists and their and what they have equipped for this. But they do have two miniguns.
Two machine guns. Oh my gosh! Now I have more of a gripe.
But
has doubled.
Yeah, I feel like I'll let you say it since you have the gripe. But
no, it's okay.
You want to save it, or you want to say it right now?
It's your call. I think let's wait because I want them to like you have to like fully see like what happens in that and the later on of like the difference.
We'll just say make note of how much damage they're doing now with inferior
how many
weapons
rounds get pumped in,
plus two miniguns. But I guess while we're looking at that in the shields, you can see those shielding effects here, and an overall design of the elites. The elites have changed over the years in the games, with their kind of major contrast between Halo 3 and Halo 4, and then we get back to kind of a more classic Halo elite style back in Halo Infinite. These guys What?
You ever back in the day used to get an 8th grader and your kindergartner buddies when you were in grade school? This is like if you were your 8th grader and kindergartner buddy and you were forced to play dodgeball against them. It's just like a massacre.
It's so terrible. They're just walking and they are cannon fodder, like the humans.
Yeah.
To these elites.
So we just saw he used at least like 2 to 3 seconds of 2 miniguns spraying on 4 entry Spartans.
Or elites.
Elites. No, yeah, sorry. Oh, jeez. I swear I know better names. I just suck with names every now and then. I will say also something else I forgot to say is when we saw the elite running in the beginning, I was a little worried they were going to look a little too corny in the animation, and then we got to here, and I'm like, cool, looks fantastic.
I like them. I
the motion blur when the one ran just in the very beginning. I was like, oh, did we not like fully render that guy in or something like that, or edit him with shading? But now here, like, beautiful. Reflective surfaces, everything of the sand around catching on them.
Yeah, I don't. It's not like major blockbuster visual effects level, but I mean, like, even this shot here of them, brutally killing all the kids. Like,
yeah, but like I believe that was a real.
You get some good close-ups, and the visual effects are very believable. I think they put in the resources to kind of achieve some good rendering.
See what he used there a second ago? That guy used the M203 grenade launcher on his thing. Our guys been firing a bunch here. But I think we should just take a moment in silence for our Lord and Savior entering here.
Boom.
No, he picked a good landing zone. You just gotta find some good loot like in Apex.
Yep. He heard the gunfire, so he's here to third party.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm not overly fond of this jump, but I don't know. I guess Spartans can jump that high.
Hey, man.
It just looked a little silly.
I mean, but I think
kind of wanted. Oh, go ahead.
Talked. I think the beginning part is a little bit of a fan service to how, like, it may feel silly at times, but I feel like looking first person through the chief was like doing the fan service to the people who played the game. And you'll hear things every now and then.
I think it's good. Like, I like the grenade throw he had. I like the first person sort of visor sequences. I mean, they're brief. I don't think they're distracting. I like the melee that he had. Knocked him over. Freaking. Yeah, the fighting is.
I felt so bad here. Let's fly! Yeah, I'll come too.
Oh, poor guy. So this is nice. We get to have like a moment with each of the 3 Spartans in addition to Chief, and so you have Vinak here improvising with this giant pole,
and that was not a sharp pole too, so that guy like really shoved it in there, my dog,
and just freaking tosses him away. So that's another good example. You see an elite getting shot at by a machine gun from an insurrectionist, and then Vanak comes in with his DMR, places some rounds, and gets rid of the shields. And now you can
tell me, like, the bullets actually are firing faster still or something like that. Like, but, like, also, this is great. I was really hoping in this second, I told Oran in the theater afterwards, like, we're gonna noob combo someone? But I was like, oh no, we're just gonna melt his face straight off. Still great. Still great.
Yes, but that would have been pretty cool if she did the noob combo
Charged
and then she charged up and then brings her pistol over. That would have been pretty cool. That was Riz with the communications tech pack on her back. You think? I kind of like that addition to her suit.
I remember we talked. Yeah, I liked her the outfit of Riz the best.
Like her Spartan uniform. And then the sniper, this is Kai. For
the record, when Oran and I would play Halo, I was a sniper. I used to be good. Now I'm complete garbage.
Well, you gotta play more Halo. You gotta play more Infinite, you know? Like, what can I tell you?
I just need to watch John's steps and understand. I do like that they also kind of captured the inaccuracy with the
plasma rifle?
Yeah,
because it kind of...
That's how I feel when I was shooting it far away. So here's where we're going to see... Well, first off, fan service a little bit again.
Oh, yeah. I like this, but I kind of... Like, it's corny. And I think this is a good example of, like, something that doesn't quite work in the TV show, but of course it works in the game. You have Chief jump behind cover. You get the sounds of the like. You need the audio like cues in the game, so then the player knows. And here it's just kind of silly, but I like it. The
moment that I wanted to talk about is 1, 2, 3. Like no more than a second, like a half a second. It was like 3 bullets, and then it took that elite down. Now, if you want to say Chief took their shields down beforehand with the AR, I can give that to you. Okay, but like. That was like that's some of the the freedom fighters. I'm gonna say could have done that.
I agree. I feel like I think they should have like thrown a grenade. Like maybe the first guy dropped to the minigun, and then they threw a grenade to kind of get rid of those like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you want to also show how inferior the insurrectionists are and how much better the Spartans are. So,
yes.
You know,
so they don't even know how to fight that well. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
I was hoping.
I don't know.
The other thing is, I was hoping he would have fired the M203, like right before he gets too close, so it like looks like it blows up around him, and then the elite keeps coming through, or activates the sword and comes through the smoke of the grenade. That would have been some crazy stuff.
Another thing to note is that like this elite, the red elite, like he didn't have any shields on, and he was still. Like coming at him, and he was shooting the AK at him, and he held up his arm in defense a little bit, and you can see like the bullets going into his arm, and it still didn't really, it wasn't effective at all. So
I'm gonna guess that their guns are so much better. I'll just guess and take.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, they're like high caliber velocity. Like I mean, I don't know the full lore into what it's all, but like. It's Halo Sci-Fi weapons, not 500-year-old AK-47 with standard kinetic bullets.
Oh, that's right. I forgot even what year we're in of how old this gun is probably now.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed in Jinha's death. Like I feel like it could have been. I feel like it would have been better if Chief was trying to save Jin, but like arrived too late and then. He still died.
Isn't that what just happened, though? Oh,
no, because he
didn't have any focus on the elite.
Basically, Chief didn't realize that Elite was there until after he kills him, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, there's 4 Spartans there, all with motion trackers. Like, you think at least one of them would recognize another Elite still standing, and they could have easily still just not gotten there in time, but for whatever reason. So, and that's our opening. That's the opening. What, like 6 minutes or something, or however long it is. I don't want to pause it and see, but
I'll hover over. That was the opening. Oh my god, that was 18 minutes.
Oh wow. Jeez. So that's a hell of a teaser.
But overall, still a great intro. Like, it had to
I agree.
be me watching it a second time to be like, oh, I have a little bit of a gripe with it, but still, like, still great overall.
I would say they're just kind of like, they're like movie
Nitpicky
inconsistencies where it's just like, yeah, okay, you can nitpick and kind of figure out what it is, but like as a whole, the filmmakers are, the showrunners are trying to convey a certain thing, and I feel like for the most part it was very effective, and they really captured just the brutality of the Covenant and of these elites.
You know, I just realized is we see also shield layering on the Covenant, but no shield layering on the Chief in that fight. Like, the sound effect only happened.
You saw shield layering in that scene where, like, when his shields drop and he jumps off that, like, bunker.
Oh, the regen I didn't see. Maybe.
There's some. Oh, no. Before the regen, you can see some of his shielding flickering.
That's right.
There's like a gold shimmer to it.
Okay. I take it back now.
They touch it.
Don't get at me in the comments.
Yeah.
Reddit's gonna eat my butt, dude.
Yeah, see, look how far this is. Like, that's not a close distance. Like,
but also, other thing we talked about, we'll see also more in a little bit. Beautiful wide shots, dude. Beautiful establishing shots.
Yes.
I'm sorry, they didn't see that. They didn't see that. They didn't see. They had to look.
Oh yeah, like the walk up, like, oh hey,
wait,
Chief.
Look up there. Oh, look, missed that.
There's the Phantom. I like this moment, the like, classic. Let me take my AI gun away, so I have the better gun. Like,
yeah, I laughed at that part very often.
I also watching this a second time. I'm like, okay, so there's 4 of you, and you're gonna take the sniper into the underground close quarters cave.
Yeah, and like the M16 or the
like,
M14.
I have this giant sniper rifle. Let me go into this cave. Like, you don't want to take one of the other guys?
Have you seen me no scope, dude? She's got this.
I bet you she could no scope the shit out of someone. But, I digress. Here we get some of the Forerunner architecture, I guess. It's not full hard light. Oh, here's another POV shot.
Like, that POV shot felt natural. I liked that one a lot.
But I still like the other one. I thought that one was fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The other ones felt more like, oh my god, I want to see what it's like, and not necessary, but still cool. This one felt, I think just because of how the camera moved into it, felt more natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you're saying. You're saying the first one was a little bit more abrupt.
Yeah, but I still wanted it and liked it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my first instinct wasn't, why the F did I go first person? It's like, oh my god, I'm first person, like, playing Halo. A little sussy baka in the corner.
So I've heard some people talking that they think that this elite is the Arbiter, Thel Vadam.
That's the one that joins him in other games, right? Yeah,
in Halo 3 they team up, and in Halo 2 he's kind of trunching around doing his own thing. I don't know if that's confirmed. I think that's just speculation.
Yeah, that's
but it'd be interesting if this person eventually becomes the Arbiter, though. But we'll wait to see. I do like when he does the cloaking in a second. Like they have that sound effects of him activating the cloaking device, and it's only active for a short period of time, and then it goes away. Get some flashbacks of young John with a white wolf.
White Wolf,
is this Game of Thrones?
Famously known in Game of Thrones, so this is a crossover, obviously.
Well, Commander Shepard's in here, so there's a Mass Effect crossover.
Whoa. Also, that he waits till after to use the invis. Let me run across regular first.
Well, he has a timer, so he has
of course.
You have to go around the corner, do it like that, so then now you
hit
can't
like
see
a truck, dude.
Bro. Also, I do find it weird that, like, there's just a Banshee over there that he's just gonna go, whee!
Yeah, dude.
Bye.
It spawned. That's why he did it. It spawned in at that time.
It spawned. I should have turned the subtitles on. So
that's what I did.
Going on. I'm afraid that I'm afraid to mess with it and possibly pause it, but whatever. We get the silver team insignia on their breastplate. Pretty
those
cool.
Are just numbers, dude. It says 117. What are you talking about?
No, on the other side, you dingus.
On his backside? I can't see his back.
Oh my goodness.
She's just sleeping, like Batman. Batman, when he attacks his victims, just puts them to sleep.
Just puts them to sleep.
They're sleeping, like my fishes. I think this is one of my the first beautiful. Yes, beautiful wide establishing shot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks great. It's a cool rendition of a city.
There's my girl.
I in one of the mission debriefs they were, or not mission debrief. That's our show. In the silver debriefs they were talking about.
I missed it. Did I miss it? Sorry.
In the blog post, they were talking about the architecture for FleetCom and how they took it from kind of dystopian tower structures and what is in the New Alexandria mission of Halo Reach, the game. And I feel like they did a good job, the art direction and kind of constructing that city.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So here we have Dr. Halsey, who we just looked at, and then we have Admiral Parangoski coming in here for our first character tension moment. But I was when I was watching this a second time, I was like, man, Dr. Halsey's lab is like empty. Like it's not like cluttered with shit. Like I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just not what I.
She's like Tony Stark in that like it projects everywhere and she just writes everywhere and it goes away.
But even Tony Stark has like clutter, you know,
yeah, like maybe nuts and bolts hanging around like, different pieces.
Yeah, he still like works with his hands and stuff. Like this is like obviously a set and like a pristine environment. Like there's no like she has like a journal in the comic or not the comics, but in the lore. Like I don't know. Like I feel like you can have a desk with just shit everywhere. Like just have junk in the corner. Just like I feel like you need something. Like it's literally
huge
just
tubes
a tablet
of water filtering through places, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a tablet in the room.
Oh, Roomba in the background. There
and you got a Roomba in the back. Yeah. Like maybe the Roomba is just so effective it cleans up all of our trash.
Dude, that's a good Roomba. It's a monthly subscription service type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's one of those cleaner days where it's like street cleaners. You got to clean the floor. It's going to come by, like in the city. So they had to clean it up.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm a big fan of both of these actors and their casting.
Yes.
I think both of them really embody the character in terms of like Halsey and her persistence and love for what she does. And, you know, bending the rules and doing things you shouldn't do. And she knows it. Like that face she just made, like she knows she's not supposed to do what she does, but she doesn't care to a degree because she truly believes in what she's trying to accomplish.
I also like that, this character right now on screen.
Parangoski.
She doesn't say no at times. She kind of just did there. But she's like AK, who gets the technology first to see the foreign stuff. He said, that's Miranda's division. It's not like a no. It's just like, you know what the answer is. Here's the answer again. Stop trying to beat around the bush. Stop trying to like side. I think it's like very nice.
She's very stern, and that's what I like about that actress. And like Parangoski is just a very calculated and like deliberate individual. So I think you really get that in this episode, and even in the next episode, it just kind of builds on that character. I really like Parangoski's casting.
Agreed.
Here
I like
you
Dr.
have
Halsey's casting.
Yeah, here you have not Cortana. All right, some people online are like, "What? They made Cortana a human?" I'm like, no, this is a clone of Halsey, and she's then gonna harvest.
Come on.
They're going to harvest that brain to then create Cortana.
Also another great establishing shot.
Bro, High Charity looks so good. All right, here you have the High Prophet of Mercy. And we're introduced to another... there's the Dreadnought, the key ship in the background. Love it. You're introduced to another controversial character that doesn't exist anywhere in the lore, and this is Makee, who's called the Blessed One. And they talk about the Forerunner artifact that they didn't get a magical, but they obviously sense it. There's other Forerunner devices that I'm blanking on the name of what they're called. They're like, oh shit.
Well, guys, if Oran doesn't name these, he said he owes $10 to each subscriber of the podcast.
Oh goodness!
Get them on Twitter.
They're not composers, but there's devices and artifacts that the Foreigners leave behind that can sense other artifacts, and so I think they have
a metal detector of kind.
Basically, yeah. But anyway, they call Makee a Blessed One. She's a reclaimer, so she can interact with Forerunner technology just like John did in the earlier scene. And there's a level of respect that the Prophet of Mercy has for Makee right now, but like Makee's not in any type of like leadership role. She's like she's just like a protected individual. She's a VIP. And so they keep her around because she's a reclaimer and she can interact with the objects, but it's still very like on a leash, if you will, to where the prophets are the real people behind the covenant.
Gotcha.
So I can't wait to learn more about Makee. I think it's interesting that they went that direction. I'm not really sure how they would do it otherwise. I guess they'd have to introduce a character that's considered a reclaimer, so then they can kidnap that character and then use them like that. You know, that's what they basically did in Halo 2 with Miranda Keys and able to activate the Halo array and stuff for that game. But anyway, well, dude, I don't think we see more of her.
What if the chief falls for that girl, dude?
What, Makee?
I don't know, the other blessed one.
What do you mean the other blessed one? The one we just saw, the blonde.
Yeah, the hashtag blessed girl.
I don't know. That'd be interesting. I mean, they could go the pretty, generic route of Makee interacting with humans and then being like, oh yeah, we shouldn't kill you all. I'm a human, you're a human, we're all humans. I don't know. I think they should keep Makee as a Covenant person, because it would just help reinforce the fact that they invented this character to be with the Covenant. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
This was a rough scene too. I was like, dang.
Yeah, this scene's pretty great, and I give
it's like we're gonna shove this request down your throat if you don't mind after you just lost everyone you know.
And I think Miranda Keys and this actress Natasha did great acting. I think it was really well done. Of just the trying to be diplomatic, trying to be respective, but also just like, look, like we're here to help. I know there's politics, but like your entire village got murdered, yo. Like help us, help you, yo.
Yeah. And
then Kwan's like, bitch, no, like. You guys killed everything, like, and I'm gonna make lies. Like, it's great, and I think it also shows like Kwan and just how, yes, she's a teenager, but she just doesn't like the UNSC because her family doesn't.
But yeah, dude, I can't believe this. It just goes like from like, hey, maybe you can help us, to being like, ugh, I guess if the trash isn't gonna serve a purpose, we got to take it out, right?
Yeah.
It's like so crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. It's so like I like the writing. I like those type of. I mean, not like those type of people. The people that are very morally ambiguous. I think that's the wording. And that like, okay, then if it doesn't help us, we don't. It's like but you're talking about a person. You know that, right? It's like,
yeah.
No, I'm talking about a person not helping us.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a very that's a core of this show of what it's going to be is where are the moral decisions and who has what in terms of kind of how they feel about different things and those types of choices and the ethics. I think there's going to be a lot of those types of conversations.
It's so good. I love the little microfiber filters that you see at the edge of the hologram in those close-ups too. Like
Yep,
you see just a little dotting.
a great detail.
Like, yeah,
all the different micro projections and stuff.
Yep, looks so good. They said Commander Shepard in the background. Yeah, that's what you're.
That's
talking
yeah, Commander Shepard. Yep.
Remember you said that in the theater.
I was like, did they just say Commander Shepard? Like,
just chilly, like just name drops, whatever.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if we're gonna get like a Gears of War reference, like maybe there's I don't even know the Gears.
Are they in the same universe?
Names. Gears of War?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I even noticed those two scientists in the background there with the Spartan. What are they doing? They're just like snooping around,
checking out their new armor.
We have Halsey here at her computer desk.
Spotless, we might add.
Her computer table.
No fudging of anything anywhere.
It'd be funny if they like inserted some like Microsoft branding and it was like a Surface tablet.
Update to Windows 11 to get the new perspective.
Windows 52.
Yeah, it's like super. Surprisingly, went back to MySpace instead of Facebook, Instagram, any of them.
So we have Chief kind of discovering his humanity, and Halsey trying to keep it a secret. I think it's some good moments here.
And he turns around to tell her, it's asking us for Windows 55 upgrade again.
Yo, what's your Netflix password?
Did you change the password again? You just had to remember one password across all your accounts. No, sorry. Very pivotal moment, though. Crazy. And, we see her already, I'll control the situation. It's fine. I can do this.
Yeah, she is quick to think. And I'm just like, I'm going to disregard this, and then I'm going to talk to you softly, very motherly about, this is what you're going through. And then, immediately when they hang up on the conversation, she whips around here. Update every 10 minutes, yada, yada. This is go time.
Why does he look like he's about to cry?
Because he is.
Forgot the password again, ma'am. Please stop.
Nice.
Yeah, they asked me to do the score at first. I said I was a little too busy.
Yeah, you were unavailable? Yeah.
I was helping produce, what's that show? Toy Story 6. Wow, it was pretty cool.
Destiny 3?
Oh, dude, no. Destiny 3, we're already done production. I can't wait to get into it. We came out with a really cool system where weekly you can pay $10 and it auto upgrades you to the highest light level. That way you don't have to fucking...
You just don't actually have to play.
You don't actually have to play, but whenever you do want to log on, you're at the highest light level, all exotics unlocked, all good. I like how clunky he is, though.
With how he moves and stuff?
Mm-hmm. And he's also, he barely moves, just his shoulders or his head. It's always in and out of give it. It's just he's always whole body. If his hips up was
very, very physically, very physical.
Very actually, I'd say very mechanical or machine like. Or just Like, the whole upper torso moved to the right.
No, I feel you. I dig it too.
And this is what we were talking about earlier of the like, this is what's gonna happen. We gotta do it type of scenario that we were talking about.
Yeah, so this is when we were met with Captain Keyes, her father and former lover, with
wait, what? Oh, sorry.
with Catherine Halsey.
Gotcha, with Halsey. Okay, her father and former lover. That was a sentence.
Sorry, that was a bad pause, I guess. But yeah, you see her trying to do her, I don't know, xenology, and with her weird looking lab coat. Like, I feel like she should have a better coat to protect her uniform, but whatever. But yeah, you kind of get this Keyes, and Keyes is a very like noble man, and he's a very smart tactician. And I was honestly a little surprised that he was kind of behind this decision, but I kind of also get it later on when he is instructed to shoot at the Master Chief, which we'll look at, and he just takes command, he takes charge and does it. So very honorable.
Right, by the books, checks the boxes, goes with it,
but I think he also sees the bigger picture, whereas Miranda here is still young and not necessarily naive, but she, her moral compass is more of just like, let's keep our humans, like they're a part of us, like we shouldn't treat them differently, we should be noble about it, whereas he doesn't want Quan to be a liability, and neither does Fleetcom, and so that's why they're putting out this order, and it's alluded to that they've been putting it out before.
Yes,
right.
This is just our normal procedure type of thing. This
isn't I don't know how rare it might be per se, but it's definitely not the first occurrence.
Oh, that's the other real quick. What just happened there too? I think one of my also favorite things, because I've been loving the design of wide shots, their sound use of in space is like, there's no music a lot of the times. It's just silence and a slight, what is that? The Doppler effect, where it's like, just a real quick.
Yeah, because there's no sound in space, but there's like vibrations and stuff, so you can like feel it to a degree. And the sound design is pretty unique. Well, I mean, other shows have done that before for space, but yes, I do agree that it was done pretty effectively.
Have I missed other shows that have done it? Yeah, probably. That sounds.
Well, I know the new Star Trek trilogy, the like not James Cameron. What was I gonna say? J.J. Abrams. Like he kind of does a similar thing to where his space shots tend to be more like hulking and silent, if you will.
Now, this is interesting because I did not know Spartans were deployed for other things besides, fighting the Covenant. Because when you play the game, you're dropped into the fight in the first one, and so you've just been fighting. So I never knew, like, according to this TV series, he was used for other stuff, or other Spartans were used for different missions and stuff like that before. So it was interesting.
Well, Nick, so you know, the Spartan program actually was developed to end the insurrectionists, and they were instructed to fight against insurrection. So that's why in the opening scene there, when you have them playing cards and he's talking about how like a Spartan is worth 100 Marines, and like they keep killing and killing and killing because they've been killing insurrectionists that have been opposing the UNSC.
This makes a lot more sense now.
So they are as much as an enemy to the Covenant. And then in the beginning, when Quan's running and her dad Jen is like, "How many UNSC are there?" and she replies with, "It's not UNSC, it's something else." And she's like, "What? That doesn't make any sense." But they're in and then so that you have those moments in the beginning of those sequences of them like staring each other down because they don't know if they need to trust the Spartans.
Yeah, I got that they were like fighting, but I didn't get it. They were originally built for that. That's so interesting. And then, because
you also have the scene that we're just talking about now, where she says, "I've seen you before, and you killed my mom," and because she was at this insurrectionists organized event, and because that's just what they've done, and it's just by pure happy accident that the Covenant arrive, and we have these super soldiers already here, ready to fight against them. And it's humanity's best hope, as they say. I love that, just miming, just like, oh, tinkle, trickle, tinkle, little doing. Yep. All right.
What are you peeing? Tinkle, trickle? Like, what are you?
No.
What are you talking?
What was I trying to say? Tinker.
Tinkering.
That's what I was trying to say. Tinker.
Tinkle, trinkle, trickle.
Yeah, Master Chief's peeing right there. Can't you tell? So,
Again,
yeah, look at that.
The
Look,
one
he's
Robot
peeing.
Chicken. Have you ever seen Robot Chicken making fun of Halo? It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
I think it's a little bit over PG-13. I don't know if we could talk about it.
Oh, hey, this is an explicit podcast.
Oh, it's beautiful.
We swear on this show.
Oh, damn. So I just swear and say a bunch of things right now to make up for the video. No, I'm joking.
No, you got to be tasteful about it.
I have a point to it. Yeah.
I really like this sequence that we're going into right now, where the three of them are trying to figure out what's going on. They react, and they kill the oxygen in the Condor, but then Chief is Chief, so he comes up with a solution, and it's constantly like why did he do this? Like, this is so like not protocol, and like no one like really has an answer, and Halsey's trying to save her own skin and come up with a improvised solution, and Parangoski just doesn't want any of it. Just like, we have no idea we have every idea of what he's capable of, but like, we need to be more careful than what you're leading on to.
I like how the light reflects off his armor at all times too. Like, it looks so well done. What a gentleman.
Yeah. So something that does deviate from canon is how much control
they have over his,
they have over his suit. And it's almost like, if you can control the oxygen levels in his suit, like, couldn't you just control his suit? Like, just like, you have armor lock, like in the canon. Like,
yeah,
why can't they just armor lock him to where he's literally a brick and he can't move from where he is right now?
That's
like,
so funny to think of, dude.
Just
planking on the floors, dude.
Just like, I don't know. I get what they were going, because they kind of have to do something, but I don't know. I think I like it, but it's also, it kind of raises some other questions, so it's, again, a little off. But like, you get these moments, and it's like, how is he changing the levels if he's unconscious? It's like what is going on? And like,
I like
the way
how she talks to Halsey there too, real quick. I'm like, I think it's safe to say we don't know what he's capable of now, Halsey.
Yes,
just shut the fuck up. Like, that's what it's like.
And like, and just her overall demeanor in this situation, like she's calm and like processing and rebuttaling, and she
Yep.
God, Parangossi's so good. And he's like, we need to take all these,
like
defenses.
You said, great casting with it.
Yeah.
Oh, the BRs. Oh, yes. Sorry. Go ahead. I think I audibly said that in the theater. Was seeing the BRs.
I call this the like Star Wars moment. I don't know. I get all these like slow zooms, the tilt shifts, and focus racks. Like, I don't know. This whole sequence to me feels very Star Warsy, of people running around. You got our guns, aiming up. Your ships flying off.
Yeah, I got you. This is the Iron Man-y sequence, dude. Oh, no, I'm joking.
So this I just want our listeners to take note of in regards to season 2, or not season 2, episode 2. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say.
It's just like, I don't know. I love this moment, but it just makes me think about episode 2. So we'll get to that next week. But yeah, I think I'm a little disappointed with how much we get of Silver Team in this episode. Like, I get it is a story about Chief, and Blue Team kind of gets sidelined in like, you know, Halo 5 and some other things, but I kind of wish we saw more of them as like a team.
Sorry.
Well, what are you laughing at?
To interrupt you real quick, I'd like to imagine that she was probably trying to use a comlink to talk to them, but they couldn't hear her the whole time. And so they just walk over, and at that moment, she's like, are you talking to us? Like we were all the way across a bridge. You weren't using a microphone, anything. How are we supposed to hear you? Just like she's talking normal volume, not shouting.
That is a little awkward. You're right.
Oh, that's great. It's fantastic.
I didn't even notice that. I just assumed she was on a comm, and I guess she technically is, but that's not really conveyed very well.
Yeah, like there's not like a headset on her or a mic clearly on her. Oh, it's so sorry.
Wait, Halsey, were you talking to us?
Dude, he's gonna get one tapped in the back, assassination style, like Halo 5.
Dude, yeah, you just gotta back whack him, you know, like
back whack him.
Just that douche. But I think this is a great scene. I feel like him removing his helmet is necessary for the show.
Are you ahead or something? She hasn't removed his helmet yet.
No, he hasn't done it yet, but I want to start talking about it now.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll allow it. I
mean, okay, spoilers, but, you know, everyone's supposed to know what's already going on. But, like, I feel like this is I don't want to say perfect, because, like, who knows, there could be a better way to do it.
But justified.
But like, in this moment, like, she doesn't trust him, doesn't trust the UNSC. She is scared shitless. She literally still has her friends and her family's blood on her face and all this kind of stuff. And so for Chief to also being so confused with his own humanity, and he's going against orders, like, he wants Quan to trust her, and he's also confused. Like, I don't know, him taking off the helmet makes him, like, physically vulnerable to shooting from the gun, but just also emotionally vulnerable in this scene. And, like, I am 100% for it. Like, I was always concerned about him removing his helmet and, like, what it looks like and putting a face to the Master Chief. But, like, honestly, like, I feel like it gives me, like, Spider-Man 2 vibes when Tobey Maguire is stopping the train after fighting Doc Ock, and his mask gets pulled off, and at the end of it all, like, all the subway goers are like, it's just a kid, like, this is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they, like, all protect him and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it is as powerful as that scene, but I do think there are parallels there in this moment. And so that's why I, like, quote unquote approve of this. Yeah. I feel like they handled it so respectfully, and they obviously needed to do it, and I feel like they needed to do it in order to tell a very personable Master Chief finding his humanity. You need to have him take his helmet off, and I think they accomplished it.
Yep. It's not like, you do the movie of Avatar: The Last Airbender and make him do 50 moves to bend an element and change a bunch of stuff. It's great, right? That was a really good job. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to.
I also love their uniforms. I love the uniforms.
The uniforms are hot. I think they're good. They're nice and crisp. I like the marine body armor and, like, all the pads, all the pouches, like the costuming, and I think maybe a little bit of props could be contributed to the overall design. It's very effective.
I think they said there was a company in Europe that made them for them, that made all the different armor stuff, and they have people running in between shots to, like, fix stuff if they needed to. It was really cool.
Yeah,
to hear about.
And one of the interviews they said that. Yes, yeah, I don't know what the name of the company was, but yeah, there is a,
like, Phase FX or something like that. It was very quick.
Yeah. So yeah, they built all the armors. I don't know how much they did of the marine armors, but it's
Also, this is a lot of people, you know?
well, it's FleetCom. This is like, I mean, technically FleetCom in the core canon, FleetCom is in Australia, but I guess Earth's not in this timeline. So you have Reach, and so this is the Pentagon. You know, this is
Okay, right. Hey, yo.
this moment here where he's like, shoot him down, and then Keeb is like, this is Keys, shoot it down,
Just right
like,
away, yeah, it's so good.
Just like
The
taking
moment he was given the
commands.
order, it's like, with pleasure.
Like it's our he even said, you know, he's like, ma'am, like, are you sure you want to like shoot on our biggest asset, like in the entirety of the UNSC? Master Chief is our biggest asset. Like, are you sure? And she's like, yes. Like man, like that whole like table scene with the three of them, I'm a big fan for.
Also, it's nice to know that those chairs have like the automation to move in and out more. So if you're not comfortable enough, because he moved that chair backwards to get out, which was beautiful. Dang, beautiful.
Man, I could look at Parangoski all day.
Yeah, I also like that she looked over like, are you going to interfere with this? I swear to God, am I going to have to drop you too, dude?
Yeah, right.
Like, he knows, like, Halsey, you get in the way, I'm going to drop you, dude.
I'm curious of like what would have happened in this moment if the artifact didn't power the ship.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Spartans are, you know, they're going to go with Halsey because they all consider Halsey to be like a mom. And Halsey was like, protect the Master Chief. And there's all these freaking Marines here. Like, I'm curious, like, what would have happened.
Yeah, I was like, right here, like, I thought they were about to just, like, start, like, firing on their own men. I was like, oh, God, this is going to get crazy.
It's a cool shot. I like that one. Going through the hologram on the Halsey's face.
Their lighting is used very effectively throughout this, whether it be even in the lighting of their wide shots that are huge CGI wise for establishing, or these scene stuff. Like, oh, it's so good. Such a good use of the Halo theme too. It's very good use.
Very tasteful.
Oh,
and then it just leads into then when he flies up and like, yeah, it's I love Halsey here too. Like Halsey's like borderline amazed.
My baby, well, she's outsmarting
like
everyone.
That, but also she's like, oh, but that artifact, like what? Like she like Halsey is like freaking.
Like, not only does my prized possession get out of this, but I just learned he's carrying now an artifact that's going to be amazing.
Yes, like she lives for Covenant technology, and she like is so like she's like incredible is like her reaction for that last shot, because of just like, not only did he get away, but just that like whatever John has on that thing powered that whole Condor. Like
yep.
Like, wow.
Finding out you're going to get fired, and then you got paid for the month in advance and a bonus. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. That's episode 1. Man, that was fun. I'm going to like this going forward.
What a ride, ladies and gentlemen.
What a ride. So I really liked this episode. I don't think it was perfect. I accept a lot of the changes that they've made. I'm for it. And I think most of my gripes is like for this episode is how the storytelling or nitpicks and stuff, but like how it is just like grounded in a television episode. Like it's from that angle as at which that like I may not like certain things, as opposed to changes or implementations and how they convey different aspects of the actual lore. Like, I'm more accepting of those things in this episode, to where my gripes I would have with any show, if this wasn't a Halo show and it was just a TV show, I feel like my gripes would be more or less the same. Like the minigun, chaining people down, or like, I don't know, or some of the other examples we talked about during this episode. But like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that was changed, I'm pretty okay with, and I'm for, and we'll learn more about it.
And it's also that we had to pick on something like the minigun. Like that was how specific it was, and everything else we were good with. Like that's great. That's great. It's that's how small the problem was, that it never bled over into other stuff either.
Very true. All right, Nick, are there any other notes you want to make about the episode? Like any other takeaways that you want to discuss?
No, I think it was just well done. It was well paced throughout there. And I like that we kind of found our big problem towards the like last third of it, which is like what's going on with the chief. Like I like that a lot.
Big problem? You mean like the core of the conflict? Problem? Or
it's about learning about ourselves and like what we'll do for each other feels like the core of it.
Yeah, that kind of journey of like Chief finding his humanity and like questioning who he is as an individual, who he is as a soldier, where his moral compass is, and all those questions came up in like the last third of the episode, and that's what's going to propel the rest of the season. That's the journey we are now embarking on. No, I agree. I really like the episode. I think it's a very strong beginning, and we'll see how it continues. I can't wait to talk about episode 2, and I can't wait to see episode 3.
Oh man, yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Nick, for joining me, and thank you to the listeners for joining us for another week of Halo TV Plus. Halo the series premieres exclusively on Paramount Plus every Thursday. I think it's like midnight Thursday Pacific time. I'm not 100% sure, but
I think it was out when we were chilling that late night. It was out when we were up, so I want to say yes, but
yeah.
I also like see things every now and then, signs from the beyond.
But it's not like we all have to wait at 9 o'clock at night for the episode to drop. But I need to go to work in the morning, so I'll probably watch them Thursday nights.
True Halo fans would stay up, Oran.
You know what? If I was living on the Pacific Coast or in Hawaii, I probably would. But I don't want to wait up till 3 in the morning to watch Halo when I work in the morning.
Telling the chief that, dude.
Yeah, you go tell the chief that.
I will tell the chief that.
Like I mentioned at the top of the show, you can find every episode to all of Evolved's shows on our website, evolvedhalo.com. It also features links to our Discord server, Patreon page, Xbox Live Club, and other contact information. Once again, another shout out to all of our patrons for supporting Evolved and making all of this possible. Woo! Head over to patreon.com/Halo Podcast Evolved to learn more. And finally, if you want to leave us an email or a voicemail about this week's episode of Halo, you can email us at podcastevolved.com. It's actually not true. I forgot to update this. It's podcastevolved@gmail.com. Or you can give us a call at 205-EVOLVED, which is 205-386-5833. And with that, I've been your host, Oran, and until next time, evolve!